Good day, students. Today we are going to take up exemptions. Exemptions is nothing but tax planning. Okay. Exemption under section 54. There are say sections 54, 54D, 54D, 54E, C, 54EE, 54F. Okay, the following sections we are going to take up. First one, section 54. See, this is nothing but tax planning. Suppose your taxable capital gain. See, last class we saw that I think we did three sums. Okay. You have taxable long-term capital gain. Say, suppose 1.5 crores. 1.5 crores. If you transfer a residential house, okay, for that you are supposed to be capital gain of 1 crore 50 lakhs. For that, how much you are going to pay tax? You know very well. Long-term capital gain 20% tax rate. Long-term capital gain 20% tax rate. So 1.5 crores into 20%, you have to pay 30 lakhs plus cess. 30 lakhs plus cess. So in order to avoid tax, you can invest or you can purchase another residential house. Okay. Provision says, listen carefully, section 54, transfer of residential house, RH stand for residential house. See, written as a short form, since the board is not enough to write full. So, transfer of residential house and purchase or construction of residential house. Okay, this deals with section 54. If you transfer a residential house, okay, you can either purchase a residential house or construction of another residential house. You can claim exemption under section 54. Okay, so generally this section is available only to individual and HEF. This section is available only to individual and HEF, not for others, company, etc. No. Okay, so section 54 is available only for individual and HEF. Next one, the house transferred should be a residential house. See here, transfer of residential house, very important. Okay, suppose if you transfer commercial complex, you cannot claim section 54. Repeat, if you transfer a commercial complex, okay, you cannot claim under section 54. Of course, there is another section is there for that. Okay, so in order to avoid section 54, you have to transfer residential house. The second point, the house transfer should be a residential house. Then only you can claim section 54. Third, the residential house should be long-term capital asset. Long-term capital asset. Suppose you transfer residential house, okay, you gain arises. It is not long-term, it is short-term capital asset or short-term capital gain. Short-term capital gain. You cannot claim section 54. In order to claim section 54, the condition is long-term capital gain. That's why I put here taxable long-term capital gain. Suppose if it is short-term capital gain, you cannot go for section 54. So in order to claim the benefit of section 54, the residential house should be a long-term capital asset. Then a residential house should be purchased or constructed before the due date of filing return of income. Very important. That is, say, I already discussed that your transfer always taken place between 2019 2020. Suppose you transfer the residential house 15/11/2019. 15/11/2019 you transferred. Okay, you arises a gain of say 1 crore 50 lakhs. Example, 1 crore 50 lakhs. Okay, so your date of filing of return, due date of filing of return for individual 31st July 2020. Of course, there is a tax audit separate case. We will discuss later. In general, for individual and HEF, the due date of filing return is 31st July 2020. You transfer the house 15/11/2019. Provision says a residential house should be purchased or constructed before the due date of filing of income. It means if you say 15th November, okay, on or before 31st July, either you purchase or construction. Either you purchase or construct the property. Suppose if you purchase or constructed before 31st July, no issue. No issue. Suppose you are unable to purchase or unable to construct before the due date, then don't worry. There is a capital gain scheme account is there. You have to deposit the amount, entire amount to capital gain scheme account in order to avail exemption. You will talk later. Okay, for time being, the residential should be purchased or constructed before the due date of file return. That is nothing but 31st July 2020. Any doubt? Okay. Next, sir, how much exemption, sir? How much I will get exemption? Very simple. Amount of exemption is nothing but amount invested is exempt from tax. Amount invested is exempt from tax. For example, your taxable long-term capital gain is 1 crore 50 lakhs. Suppose you are investing 1 crore. Suppose you are investing 1 crore less section 54 1 crore. Thereby 50 lakhs is taxable. Thereby 50 lakhs is taxable. Understand? You got my point? If you how much you invested, that amount is exempted. Suppose first case 1 crore. Suppose you invested 2 crores. How much you are investing? 2 crores. Sorry sir, your long-term capital gain is 1 crore 50 lakhs. So investment either 1 crore 50 lakhs or less than 1 crore 50 lakhs is fully allowed. Suppose you are investing 2 crores, that 2 crores is restricted to 1 crore 50 lakhs. That 2 crores is restricted to 1 crore 50 lakhs. Catch my point? You know? So amount of exemption is nothing but amount invested is exempt from tax. How much you invested? Fully exempted. Then see, this is very important. Note it down. This is present amendment assessment in 2020-21. Dear students, very important. Just expected 2 for this June exams. You can expect because since May exam postponed to June. So dear students, definitely there is a chances either 1 mark or they can ask some also. Okay, this is amendment. Okay, where the amount of capital gain exceeds 2 crores. Repeat, where the amount of capital gain here meaning taxable capital gain, meaning taxable capital gain exceeds 2 crore. That is here. Listen, this is your taxable long-term capital gain. Instead of 1 crore 50, say put 2 crore 50 lakhs. Instead of 1 crore 50, just example. Okay. Say how this are sale consideration, less selling expenses, net consideration, less indexed cost of acquisition, less indexed cost of improvement. Okay. After deducting this, your taxable long-term capital gain is 2 crore 50 lakhs. Listen carefully. This is amendment where the amount of taxable capital gain exceeds 2 crores. You have only one choice. That is, you can purchase only one residential house, purchase or constructed in India. Purchase or constructed in India, no foreign countries. You have to purchase one residential house, or you can construct the one residential house in India. Sir, that is the old position, sir. Of course, this is the old position. I am right. Provided your taxable long-term capital gain exceeds 2 crores. Second, very important point, where the amount of taxable capital gain, does not exceed 2 crores. It means, say, example, 1 crore 50 lakhs. 1 crore 50 lakhs. Then listen carefully. Once in a lifetime, repeat, once in a lifetime, I will repeat. Exemption can be availed in respect of 2 residential house purchased or constructed in India. Previously, it was only 1 house. Now the amendment is changed. Provision is changed. Not amendment, provision is changed. That is where the taxable long-term capital gain, if it does not exceed 2 crores, you have a choice to purchase 2 residential house. Suppose your long-term capital gain exceeds 2 crores, sorry to say, you can purchase only 1 residential house. The main logic very simple, sir. See, in order to promote the real estate, see nowadays real estate business is very dull. Okay, there are small contractors there, builder. Small construction builder is there, small builders. So in order to promote their business, thereby your taxable capital gain less than 2 crores, then you can purchase 2 residential houses. So what is a once in a lifetime? See, once in a lifetime mean, okay, for example, your taxable capital gain is less than 2 crores. So you have an option. You can purchase 2 residential house property. Once if the option is right now you opted. After 5 years, for example, one of the house is going to sell. Okay, one of the house is going to sell. Again, your capital gain is say 1.75 crores or 1.5 crores. You cannot purchase 2 residential houses. Repeat. You can opt for this 2 residential house. Okay, once in a lifetime only. If you opt now, current assessment here, your tax long term is 1 crore 50 lakhs. You can purchase 2 residential houses, say 60 lakhs and 80 lakhs. 2 house you purchase 60 plus 80, 140. 150 minus 140, 10 lakhs is taxable. After 3 years, after 5 years, one of the house you purchased, you are going to sell. Okay. For that property, long-term capital gain say 1.6 crores. 1.6 crores. So shall I purchase 2 residential houses? Sorry to say. You can avail this exemption only once in a lifetime. Okay. But this portion is there, of course. For I say what I am telling. One of the property is sold and the capital gain of 1.6 crores. You can purchase one house. So, in order to purchase 2 residential houses, purchase or constructed, it is only once in a lifetime. This is amendment 2020-21. Very important. You can expect it this time. Okay. Next is scheme of deposit. I told you no. In order to claim section 54 exemption, you have to purchase or constructed before due date of filing return of income. Suppose you are unable to purchase or constructed before due date of filing of return, don't worry, scheme of deposit. That is, the new residential house is not purchased or constructed before the due date, then the same can be deposited under capital gain scheme account. For claiming exemption. For time being, you can avail the exemption. Time being, sir, I am not purchased or constructed. Don't worry. If you deposit in a capital gain scheme account, the same as allowed as deduction under section 54. But there is a time limit. Extension of time limit if deposit is made. The new residential house should be purchased. Very important, 1 year before or 2 years after the date of transfer. Very important, not from the date of deposit. See, for example, our example, this is the date you transfer, 15/11/2019. Okay, this is the date you deposited to bank, 31st July. Okay, the provision says 1 year before the date of transfer you have to purchase, or 2 years after the date of transfer, not from this date, 2 years from the date of transfer. In case of transaction, it is allowed 3 years. The time is 1 year extension. In case of transaction, 3 years. In case of purchase, 2 years from the date of transfer. Then withdrawal of exemption. Very important. Withdrawal of exemption. Suppose the new residential house, should not be transferred within a period of 3 years. Very important. You claiming exemption, no? You claiming exemption, new residential house should not be transferred within a period of 3 years. Okay, from the date of its purchase or construction. You claim the exemption for that particular house. You should not transfer within a period of 3 years. Suppose if you transferred, then it is taxable. That is, see, you claim exemption less section 54 says 1 crore 40 lakhs. So 10 lakhs taxable. This 1 lakh 40 lakhs property you are going to sell within a period of 3 years. then how much you claim exemption, that will be taxable. I will give this particular point by way of example. Okay, any other doubt? And then one more important note. Okay, this note says that section, yes, the unutilized deposit amount in the capital gain account, in case of an assessee dies, before stipulated period 2 or 3 years, then the same cannot be taxed in the hands of legal heirs. Listen carefully. If you deposit in a capital gain scheme account, okay, scheme of deposit, you are not unable to purchase before due date, then the same amount is deposited in the capital gain scheme account. Once if you deposit it, extension of time limit, 2 years for purchase, 3 years for concession. Meanwhile, assessee dies. For example, see, Mr. X deposited under capital gain scheme account. Okay. Unfortunately, Mr. X died. Okay. The capital gain scheme account goes to Mrs. X. It is not taxable. It is exempted. Any doubt? So section 54 deals with transfer of residential house and purchase or construction of residential house. The very important point is here, amount of exemption. Suppose where the amount of taxable capital gain, suppose if it is exceeds 2 crores, you have only one choice, that is you have to purchase only one residential house. But the taxable capital gain does not exceed 2 crores. You have an option to purchase 2 residential house or you have to construct 2 residential house. Provided for this section only you are once in a lifetime. Once if you opt now, you cannot claim once again. So your lifetime you have to purchase 2 residential house. Okay, any doubt? Make note fast. Next now we are going to take up section 54B. Section 54B deals with transfer of agricultural land and purchase of agricultural land. Transfer of agricultural land and purchase of agricultural land. This section 54B. Repeat, section 54B. B for ball. This section available to individual and HEF. This section available to individual and HEF. Then the A will stand for agricultural land. The agricultural land should be a capital asset first. The agricultural land should be a capital asset first. What do you mean? Do you remember? Rural agricultural land is not capital asset. We discussed in first class. Rural agricultural land is treated as not a capital asset. Okay. So here, what do you mean? Agricultural land should be a capital asset means it is situated in urban area. Next, the agricultural land must be used by the assessee or his parents or any member of HUL for agricultural purpose at least 2 years immediately preceding the date of transfer. That is, the agricultural land should be used for the purpose of agriculture by assessee himself or his parents or HUF, any member of HUF, at least 2 years preceding the date of transfer. Then the agricultural land should be a long-term capital asset. Very important. See, section 54 also same. Section 54, in order to claim the benefit of section 54, the capital gain it is not applicable for short-term capital asset. It is available only for long-term. Similarly, in section 54B also, it is available only for long-term capital asset. Suppose if it is short-term capital gain, a short-term capital asset, section 54 you cannot claim. Section 54B you cannot claim. So in order to claim the benefit of section 54B, the agricultural land should be a long-term capital asset. The next one, the new agricultural land. Okay, if you purchase new agricultural land, either you can purchase urban agricultural land the new agricultural land, either urban or rural, should be purchased within 2 years. Within 2 years from the date of transfer. From the date of transfer. So, the new agricultural land should be purchased within a period of 2 years from the date of transfer. Here very important. Either you can purchase urban or rural area. No problem at all. Urban agricultural land or rural agricultural land. What about exemption? Exemption, scheme of deposit, withdrawal of exemption are same as per section 54. Previous section we discussed, no? Same. Exemption, amount invested is exempted. Scheme of deposit, you are unable to purchase within before the due date of return, then the same amount has been deposited into capital gain scheme account. Okay, very important. 2 years from the date of transfer, not from the date of deposit. Then withdrawal of exemptions. Okay, within a period of 3 years. Suppose if you purchase agricultural land, the agricultural land should not be transferred within a period of 3 years. Suppose if you transfer, then the previous exemption will be withdrawn. That's all. Next note, very important note. Listen carefully. Urban agricultural land is compulsory acquired under any law. Urban agricultural land is compulsory acquired under any law, and the compensation, very important, the compensation is fixed by the either central government, listen carefully, not a state government, central government or RBI. Then the capital gain on such acquisition is exempted under section 10 subsection 37. So listen carefully, urban agricultural land is compulsory acquired by any law, and the compensation is fixed by central government or RBI. Then the capital gain on account of such acquisition, it is exempted, it is fully exempted under section 10 subsection 37. That is section 54D. Any doubt? Okay, next 54D. What is 54D? Compulsory acquisition. Transfer on account of compulsory acquisition. Transfer on account of compulsory acquisition of any land or building. Land or building used for industrial purpose and purchase of land or building for industrial purpose. That is compulsory acquired. Compulsorily, okay, acquired. Transfer on account of compulsory acquisition of any land or building used for industrial purpose and purchase of land and building for industrial purpose. Okay, very important. This section is available to all assessee. Very important. See, last two sections, section 54 and 54B, available only to individual and HUF. As far as section 54D is concerned, it is available for all assessee. Then, this land or building should have been used for industrial purpose. Repeat, industrial purpose by the assessee at least 2 years immediately preceding the date of transfer, which is similar that this point. Which one? This third point. The agricultural land must be used by assessee or parents, his parents or any member of HUF for agricultural purpose at least 2 years immediately preceding the date of transfer. Similarly, here this land or building should have been used for industrial purpose by assessee at least 2 years immediately preceding the date of transfer. Then the industrial land or building can either a short-term capital asset or long-term capital asset. Very important. See, previous two sections, section 54 and 54B is only available for long-term capital asset. But 54D, either long-term or short-term. Why? Any idea? Can you guess? Why short-term? Anyone guess? Yes? Building. Yes. You're right. Since building is depreciable assets. Building is depreciable assets. I already told that all depreciable assets are short term. All depreciable assets are short term. Section 50. I think section 50. It deals with section 50. We'll take a later. Okay. So then the new industrial land or building should be purchased within 3 years. Note it down, within 3 years from the date of receipt of compensation. Listen carefully. From the date of receipt of compensation. So 3 years given. This is a very important point. The new industrial land or building should be purchased within a period of 3 years from the date of receipt of compensation. Receipt of compensation, not from the date of acquisition, compulsory acquisition. Listen carefully. You know, first class itself I know what is transfer, sale, exchange, relinquishment, extinguishment, etc. Compulsory acquisition and any law. That also transfer. Okay. Government is, for example, government acquired the property, say 15/8, not 15/8, say 10/8/2019. 10/8/2019 acquired. It is transferred, but compensation is received 16/3/2020. So very important here. The new land or building should be purchased within 3 years from the date of, not from this date, from the date of receipt of compensation. Receipt of compensation is nothing but 16/3/2020. Any doubt? Okay, then same amount of exemption, scheme of deposit, withdrawal of exemption is nothing but same as per section 54. Just check it out, section 54. Note it down. Pause. Next we are going to take up section 54 EC and 54 EE. Come on, first. Next section 54 EC. Then what is 54 EC? Transfer of land or building and investment in a specified asset. Specified asset. Say transfer of land or building and investment in a specified asset. This section is available to all assessee. This section is available to all assessee, which is similar to section 54D. So this section also available to all assessee. The land or building transferred should be a long-term capital asset. Should be a long-term capital asset, and such asset can also be very important. This is bracket. See, the land or building transfer should be a long-term capital asset. Such asset can also be depreciable asset held for more than 36 months. Supreme Court case law. Supreme Court case law. Listen carefully. This is land or building. So building always, of course, is a depreciable asset. So a building is held for more than 36 months. Okay. The building held more than 36 months. It's eligible to claim section 54 EC. It is eligible to claim section 54 EC. Sir, you told that the land or the land or building transfer should be a long-term capital asset. So the building is depreciable. Sorry to say, the building held for more than 36 months. For this section alone, repeat, for this section alone, it is treated as long-term capital asset. In order to claim the benefit of section 54 EC, then the assessee should invest in a specified asset. SCA is nothing but specified asset within 6 months from the date of transfer. Very important. Within 6 months from the date of transfer. Suppose if the assessee transfer the land or building, say 15/7/2019. 15/7/2019. So he has to, this is the date of transfer. He has to invest in specified asset 6 months from 7. 7 plus 6, 13 is nothing but 14/1/2020. So on or before 14/1/2020 he has to invest. That is within 6 months. So the assessee should invest in a specified asset within a period of 6 months from the date of transfer. Fine. What is specified asset? What is specified asset? Means a bond issued by National Highway Authority of India. Repeat, a bond redeemable after 5 years. Redeemable after 5 years, issued by National Highway Authority of India or Rural Electrification Corporation Limited or any other bond notified by the central government. So the assessee invests in a specified asset. So specified asset is nothing but a bond redeemable after 5 years, issued by National Highway Authority of India or Rural Electrification Corporation or any other bond notified by the central government. Then the assessee should not transfer. Very important. Assessee should not transfer or convert or avail loan or security of such a bond within a period of 5 years. Suppose if we convert the bond into money, then it is taxable. Then it is taxable as long-term capital gain. It is taxable as long-term capital gain. See, I will explain one by one with the examples. Okay, we will see the problem. Okay, after completing 54E and one more section is there, 54F. After I explain the 54F, and I will do some problem. Section 54, 2 sums. 54B not required, easy. 54D also easy. 54EC and 54E I will do one sum. Okay. Then next, amount of exemption, very simple. Amount of exemption, rupees 50 lakhs are amount invested within 6 months, whichever is less. Suppose the assessee invested 40 lakhs. How much is going to claim? 50 or 40, whichever is less, 40. Suppose if the assessee invested 60 lakhs, 60. Provision says 50 or 60, whichever is less than by 50. So maximum you can claim 50 lakhs. Any doubt? That is section 54 easy. Then section 54E, transfer of any capital asset. Transfer of any capital asset and investment in a notified unit of specified fund. Say transfer of any capital asset and investment in notified units of specified fund. See, this section objective is to, very simple, to raise money to finance new startups, new startup company. Okay, for that purpose, section 54 EE. This section is applicable to again all assessee. The asset transfer should be a long-term capital asset. The assessee should invest within a period of 6 months from the date of transfer. Assessee should invest within a period of 6 months from the date of transfer. The above unit should not be transferred or converted into money within a period of 3 years. Within a period of 3 years. Then amount of exemption, same as for 54 EC, 50 lakhs or amount invested within 6 months, whichever is less. Whichever is less. Any doubt? Let's note down. One more section 54F we will do fast. Next we are going to take up last section 54F. Transfer of, listen carefully, transfer of any capital asset. Transfer of any capital asset other than residential house, but purchase or construction of residential house. Section 54 deals with transfer of any capital asset and purchase or construction of residential house. Sir, already we saw, sir, that is section 54. Transfer of residential house and purchase and construction of residential house. This is transfer of capital asset other than residential house. Why other than? It covers under section 54. So thereby, other than residential house, transfer of any capital asset and purchase and construction of residential house. Section 54F. This section again available to individual and HUF only. Individual and HUF only. The capital asset transfer should be a long-term capital asset. Long-term capital asset. So short-term capital asset not available in section 54F. Then a new residential house should be purchased in India within 1 year before or 2 years after the date of transfer. In case of construction, 3 years. In case of construction, 3 years. The assessee should not own, very important, the assessee should not own more than one residential house on the date of transfer. See, transfer of any capital asset other than residential house. Okay, for example, you transfer your, say, gold. So, transfer your gold. For that, your capital gain of, say, 60 lakhs. Okay, so you are planning to invest in one residential house. Okay, cost say 50 lakhs, for example. So that point of time, your transfer of gold, at that point of time, you have only one residential house. Suppose you have two residential houses. Sorry to say, you cannot claim section 54F. So in order to claim section 54F, on the date of transfer, you have only one residential house. The assessee should not own more than one residential house on the date of transfer. It means only one residential house allowed. Suppose you have two residential houses. Sorry to say, you cannot claim section 54F. So, in order to claim the benefit of section 54F, the assessee owns at least only one house or no. Sir, I have no house, sir. Happy, you can claim. I have only one house, sir. Still you can claim. Sir, I have two residential houses, sir. Sorry, sir, you cannot claim. So, in order to claim section 54F, the assessee should not own more than one residential house on the date of transfer. Then next is amount of exemption. Suppose if entire net consideration, listen, entire net consideration is invested, entire capital gain is exempted. Entire capital gain is exempt from tax. Entire capital gain exempt from tax. Suppose you invest part of the net consideration, and the amount of exemption is amount invested divided by net consideration into long-term capital gain before exemption. Long-term capital gain before exemption. Then finally, withdrawal of exemption. If the new residential house is transferred within a period of 3 years, you purchase, no, you claim for this entire net consideration invested, so you can claim section 54F. For that residential house, you are not allowed to transfer within a period of 3 years. Suppose within a period of 3 years you transfer, then it is taxable. So if the new residential house is transferred within a period of 3 years, you are not supposed to be transferred. Suppose you are transferred, then the exemption withdrawn. And one more thing, the assessee should not purchase or construct another house within a stipulated period, that is 3 years. So within 3 years, again you are not allowed to purchase one more house or construct another house. Suppose if you purchase another house, then the exemption automatically withdrawn. Then you are liable to pay tax. This is section 54F. So go through. So far we did 54, 54B, 54D, 54E, 54EC and 54F. Okay, next we are going to take up for a few problems. Okay, note it down.